y'all, this is Audra Hicks, your Tennessee real estate professional. I wanted to clear up a few misconceptions that people have in lending. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned because I put the real in real estate. Okay, so one of my lenders had put on social media today a few myths that we wanted to clear up. I wanted to talk to y'all today about that because there are a lot of things that you hear from friends, family, people that think they know about lending and that are not lenders or realtors or people in that industry. Amy Shell, one of my lenders with Lendingham Mortgage, put out this on Facebook today. So I'm going to give her props for that. And so she wanted to start the weekend off by clearing up some of these myths. So number one, you need 20% down to buy a home. That is so not true. You don't have to have 20% down to buy a home. There are some loans that you're zero down. But like she said, many loans allow as little as 3% down, and some even offer zero down for qualified buyers. Now, I'm not a lender, but I have to keep up to date with mortgages and loans and interest rates and you name it. Because if I take someone to look at a house, I'm their buyer's agent and I'm showing them homes, I need to know what type of loan that they're getting. They've already been pre-approved, so I know that, how much they're needing to put down on the home, because that's how we structure the offers. Do we need to ask for closing costs? Do they have their closing cost? Are they going to be the ones that pay all of my compensation, or are we going to have to ask the seller to do that? See, we have to write that in offers nowadays. In our offers. So everything needs to be in that offer. So yes, I do have to know what I'm doing as far as loans and keep up to date with it. They offer us a ton of CE classes all the time, lenders, home inspectors, you name it. Everybody has us classes out there, so we can stay up to date and be in the know and be the best and serve our clients the best way we can. Her number two myth is pre-qualification equals guaranteed approval. There is a difference. Pre-qual or pre-qualification versus pre-approval, two different things. And even in some pre-approvals, some pre-qualifications that I get are really are disguised as pre-approvals. The truth is, pre-qualification is just the first step. So final approval comes after full review of income, credit, and documents. So say we called up Amy. My clients called up Amy, said I needed to get pre-approved. Okay, so quickly you can get pre-qualified, or you can send her all of the documentation that she needs. I would rather wait a day if it takes that, or an hour, or whatever it may be, if you can get all your stuff to her so that she can give us a real pre-approval before we go look for that home. I never want to set my client up for a fall. And I have many great lenders. Each lender has their own set of things that make them stand out, or some are mortgage brokers. Some are direct lenders. Then you have bankers, and all of them have different programs at different times that fit different buyers. So that's why I have, but today I'm talking about what Amy had posted on Facebook. So I wanted to talk about that. So yes, there's a difference in pre-qualification versus pre-approval. So me on the listing side, when I get pre-qualification or a pre-approval letter from the other agent for that buyer that's coming to buy the home, I'll look that over, see who the lender is, what kind of loan they're getting, how much down payment, And then in there, it's going to tell you if they have actually looked at everything or if it's just really a pre-qualification. So if we get offers on our homes and we have two of the same exact offers, but one is just a pre-qualification letter and one is a pre-approval letter, which one you think that we're going to look at more? Ultimately it's up to my sellers what they go with. But if we can educate them on what a pre-qualification versus a pre-approval letter means, then they at least have that to go by. Number 3, the lowest interest rate is always the best deal. That's not true either. So the truth is, look at the full picture. Fees, closing costs, and loan terms matter too. All of that matters. So when you, just like with insurance, if you are wanting to shop around your insurance and this one says that they are cheaper than this one over here, are you comparing apples to apples or are you comparing an apple to an orange? You got to do that in lending too. So they'll give you all of your fees and stuff so you'll know what it is that you can look for. Myth number 4, you can't get a mortgage if you have student loans. That is not true, people. That's where when you try to go and buy things yourself or you try to sell things yourself, there's so many things that you think you know more than that professional. And not everybody's like that. There are some out there that think they can do it themselves, but there's so much that you're missing out on, that a true professional that does this every day is going to be up to date on everything. So the truth is, student loans don't automatically disqualify you. It's all about how your debt is managed. So you have debt to income that they look at. So if you have a lot of credit card debt, student loans, and you have car notes and all this, you've opened up hardware store things, credit cards or line of credit over here, all that is going to be looked at in your debt to income ratio. So knowledge is power, especially in today's market. Okay, knowledge is power. So look and seek out the professional that can help you. I know for me, I call myself a concierge to my clients during the transaction, before the transaction, after the transaction. It's a relationship business, and I'm going to talk about that for a moment. In our industry, a true realtor, real estate professional, whatever you want to call us, realtor, we can only call ourselves if we're part of an association like National Association of Realtors, which in turn we're members of Tennessee Association of Realtors and my local Sumner Association of Realtors. But we have to be a part of an association, hold up ethics, and continue our ethics training and stuff. I say we have ethics or we don't. I don't need an ethics class to teach me that. And I'm going to stand firm by that. Yes, we have an option of not being part of an association. That would be, we're not considered realtors at that time either. Will I do that? I don't know. I have all year to figure that part out. And that's what I'm going to figure out. But there are some good benefits about being a part of an association as well. Knowledge is power, even for us realtors or real estate professionals or real estate agents, whatever, like I said, you want to call us. There's Coke and there's Pepsi and all the things in between. But what does everybody call you? Pop or whatever you want to call it. Everybody calls all that Coke. I don't drink any of that. I drink my green teas or my hot teas, whatever it may be. Right now I have my Bear With Me mug. And since I've been talking, I will drink me a little bit there of my hot tea. But knowledge is power. Today's market, we are seeing a lot of homes sitting longer because there's not enough buyers out there for how many homes we have coming to market. What does that mean? Days on market are longer. us agents that are listing agents have to really invent the wheel. We have to get it out there. We have to market it. We have to do everything we can in our power to get that home seen by as many people as possible and to get it sold as quickly as possible for our clients. Now, we have to have the help of our clients on that because they need to listen as well. And we have to have great communication between each other. We can only provide our opinions, our professional opinions, and figure out the best strategy it is to sell that home. Yes, days on market are a lot longer depending on what neighborhood or area that you are going to be buying in or selling in or whatever. So days on market are a little bit longer. And buyers seem to think that they have all kinds of time. So there might be buyers that have looked at our homes and it takes them a week to 2 weeks to tell us, hey, I'm ready to buy that home. Oh, really? When did you see it? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I keep up with all that too. But there is a lot of things that people do not know that us professional real estate agents do on a daily basis. As soon as I roll over, it's texting, phone calls, emails I've already received before I even wake up every morning. So, in this business, if you're good at what you do, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be, relationship building. You got to know how to get along with people, figure out kind of what mood they're in for the day. So it's a lot of psychology as well. And you got to have a thick skin because no matter what, there's going to be a lot of emotions when people are buying or selling their homes. So you have to take that with a grain of salt. You need to just, roll with the punches. Because you become their punching bag sometimes at times. So you shouldn't. And you can remind them of that you are not the bad guy here. You're just giving your professional opinions on stuff, and whether they take that and run with it and let's get this to the end is on them at that point. But if at all possible, this girl gets them to the end. So we just got to stay the course. This market is just a market where it's kind of a cooler market, things, on the seller side, I feel for them, especially with sellers needing to move and move quickly, and I do. We want to get maximum value out of their home that we possibly can. So that's what one thing that us listing agents need to try to do is get the maximum out, they can net the maximum value out of their home. On the buyer side, you have buyers that, they might need a lot of closing costs. These days, as a seller, you have to know that you're probably going to have to pay some kind of closing cost, depending on price range of homes and stuff. You may have closing costs to pay, quite a few other things. You could do buy down rates for people, just different things that they may ask for nowadays to help their affordability of your home, like per month. If they can do a buy down of interest rates, sellers have to do that. Then it can sometimes help them with their first year or their second year or however many years you do the buy down for, on their payments monthly. So it helps them be able to feel better about purchasing, whatever price range of home that is at that time. So if you've learned anything today, hopefully you've learned a lot of different things about the myths that people put out there every day about buying, and they mean well too. A lot of times it might be moms and dads that haven't bought in years, may have bought their first home, stayed in it forever, and don't understand the ins and outs of buying, but they're going to give you their opinions. So seek that professional that you like and trust, and maybe you refer to, or you already know them and you have a long relationship with them, um, seek that professional that can guide you and hold your hand through the process of the buying and the selling. Because it's a tough market right now. It is. Because interest rates are where they are. But like I always say, when people ask me, is it a good time to buy? It's a good time to buy whenever you are ready to buy. It doesn't matter when. When we bought our home our first home in 92, that we built it, we done sweat equity back then. You don't do that. We haven't heard of that in years. But that helped us with our down payment by doing work on our home. And we were young. I was 19 and he was 22 when we built our first little home. We lost that 10 years ago to a house fire, like I've told y'all in previous videos. But it was double digits. And of course, the homes weren't as expensive as they are now, but it was still double digits. So it doesn't matter. I mean, even, everything was different. Economics was different then than it is now. So you just look at that, because I don't know when we're ever going to see 3 or 2.5. We have 2.5 on our mortgage. I don't know that we'll see that. Who knows when we'll see that? If we do, great. Make sure you go refile that house at that point when they drop that low, or even in the 3s or 4s or whatever it may be. But there are options for you to buy now, no matter what. Don't let people scare you with rates or whatever, because they are nowhere near the highest that they've been in even the recent times here. So, you know, I have been seeing a lot of mine close lately in the 5s, 6s. Depends on your credit and what you're putting down, whatever it may be. That is a lender thing. It depends on a lot of different factors. What your interest rate is going to be. So, but like I said, there are loans that you can get that are 0 down. There are loans that you can get that are not even 20% down. So, even on conventional, everybody thinks you have to put down 20% on conventional, and you do not have to do that. So let the lenders give you what they, and of course you need a lender that you trust in too, to give you their honest opinion on what type of loan that better suits you and your needs. So we're all here to give you guidance. If you know anybody looking to move to Tennessee, please send them my way. I would love to help them relocate. I help clients move here, relocating from all over the country, not just California, but we have had a lot of Californians move into Tennessee. So actually, we have been seeing either one bear or multiple bears. There's been like 3 sightings here within about 15 minutes of where we live, in the Bethpage and the Gallatin area of Tennessee. So it may be a young male bear, they think, that maybe has gotten this far, but who knows? You never know if it's the same bear. But I'm kind of excited because I do love bears, and we go to the Smoky Mountains. That's our favorite place on earth to go for our destination when we family vacay. We take our RV and we go to the mountains. And bears, I have come in contact with a bear face to face, and I lived through it. And I'm like, geez, if you take me out, it's going to be kind of ironic because I love bears, but he didn't take me out. He kept me safe. Yay. That was a scary point in my life years ago when we were in the mountains, but I still go there. You got to respect bears. You can't go feeding them. You can't get near them, and do not ever go near cubs. Their mama is very close to you, and if mama tries to defend her cubs thinking you're going to hurt them, then they put mama down, and we don't want that. Then they become orphans, and that's pretty sad. So us humans need to give space to them. We're already building so much, and like even in the Smokies, they're building all the time. Us tourists go there quite often, so they're running out. So we're probably gonna start seeing more this way. If one comes, there's probably more. I mean, it can't just be a single bear. I'm thinking could be, but maybe not. But hopefully my videos you like, and please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.